Hello, my name is Sander and welcome back to another video about the inventory system with the new GUI system from Unity. Today we're gonna do stacking consumables and drinking them and showing the item value of consumables. When we click on it, the item value falls down with 1, and when it's empty, the item getting replaced with nothing. So it's pretty easy. We are gonna take the old script files. I guess this part is around 30 minutes. Delete them, yes, and copy paste them. So I hope we have to change the script order again. Oh no, it's right, okay. So the first thing what we have to change is we have to show the item value. So we're gonna go in our slot in the prefab, gonna place one in so that we see one, and we want to have a number on the left top corner. So we're gonna create text in it and wait with it. UI and call it text and rename it as item amount or something like that, so that you know. Oh, there's amount. Sorry. Yeah. So and make it a bit smaller and change maybe the font or font style, anything else what you want. So and the text has to be null and disable the text so that we have to activate and deactivate it so that we only show consumable numbers. Okay, save this, so press apply and the prefabs should be saved in your prefabs folder, and delete it again. And now let's go into our scripts. The first thing what we have to do is we want to show the number of the amount, but only from the consumables. So we go in our slot script and we got our update function. This update function has to be, there has to be some things to be added. So let me show what's the best thing where I have to start. So as for this, okay. Okay. We only want to show the amount of the items when it's a consumable. So inventory dot items dot slot number dot item type is equals to item type dot consumable. So when this is right or when this is true, we want to show the item amount. So we have to declare this as well here. It's a type text and item amount. And now we have our item amount, which has to be enabled because it's at the moment disabled to true, and the item amount text has to be changed to the actual amount of the item. So that's actually it's only inventory dot items slot number dot item value. So we got that, and we have to change something in our on our start. So we need our text part from it. So we need this part here, and so we're gonna do item amount is equals to game object dot transform dot get child, like below here. But this is a child 1 and get component we need the text component, so, and that's it. So now when we add consumables to our inventory, this is from the item database because we have created this one. So now it should get in place. You see, there's the item value, and that's exactly what we want. And now the problem is when we drag this, the number will stay. So that we have to change that. When we drag that, we don't want to have the number in it. So we have to go in our slot script and go to on drag. So the item amount has to be false, or the script has to be false or disabled when we drag. So now when we drag, it's getting off, or it's getting disabled, and when we place it, it's getting enabled again. So that's it. And I guess that's another problem. You see, when we place this with the consumable, or this chest with the consumable, you see the number still getting placed. Whoop. So that has to be changed as well. Where was that exactly? To which? Yeah, the problem is we have to disable the item amount at start. So otherwise it won't work. Item amount dot enabled is equals to false. Otherwise it won't work. So when we do that now, it should work now. You see, now it's perfectly, that's how we want. So now we want to stack these items. So when the first item is coming in, or this first consumable is coming in, then another consumable is getting stacked so that the item value is getting 2, and we create no other item in our inventory. So it's a bit more scripting part. I guess it's not that hard, to be honest. Now we have to go to our inventory script, and in this inventory script we have to change some our add item function a bit, only a bit. It's not a lot. So yeah. So we only want to have we have to check what item is in this inventory at the moment. So when we got one consumable, or for every consumable we have to check if there's another consumable with the same type or with the same name is already in the inventory. If it's in, we have to stack. So we have to ask firstly if the database item which we want to create item type is equals to the item type of the consumable. If it is, we have to go through the whole inventory and check if, oops, this has to be, okay, sorry. And we have to go through the whole inventory and check if there's already a consumable with the same name or the exactly same consumable. So we have to check. It's only check if item exists or something like this, and then we can go out of the loop actually, and if it's not a consumable, we can only add this. So we can write else add item add empty slot and say item. Oh, yeah, it's add item. So We do not actually need this here, so you can delete that now. And now we need another function which is called add item, check if item exists. If this exists, we're gonna stack. So that's actually exactly this. And public void check if item exists. We need the ID of the item, and we need the item. Do we need the item? Yeah, we need the item because when we when we didn't get another item in our when we didn't get another item in our inventory, we have to create the item in our database. So in our inventory. So we need these two parameters, and now we have to create a for loop 0 null, and now we have to go through the whole inventory. So items.count e plus plus, and now we need a statement if items e dot item ID equals the item ID which we got. So when the item in this inventory has the same ID with this, we have to set the item value one point more up. So that's this items e dot item value is equals to let's do this like this, you know, items dot item value is plus 1, and now we and now we can go out of the loop, so we can break, and if there's no item with the same ID in, we have to create the item, otherwise we get no item in it. So add item at empty slot, and we have to go give the item to it. So we have to add this here as well. So we need the item ID. So that's actually wait, what is yeah, it's the ID which we get here, and we give him the new item which is created from the item database. So and we only want to the problem is if we get in the first slot and that's not actually the same ID with which we are searching for, we're getting created another item. So we have to create another else if here and have to add if I actually equals to the items count -1, otherwise it won't work. -1. We have to create it after that, so that we went through the whole inventory, not only through one slot. So when we do that now, we got a stack consumable. So that's pretty fine. And we can drag and drop still, so it's all working fine. So now another part is to drink this this consumable. It's pretty easy. Now go to the slot script, and we got our onPointerDown function, and we have to add some if variables. I already asked in the Unity 3D forum for right-clicking. At the moment it's not possible, it's a bug from Unity, so we are working with left-click, and yeah. So maybe I'm gonna change that later, so or create another video for it or something like that. We have to work with the left-click at the moment. And because of that, we gonna have a I go call it a bug later, but I guess I hope you can work with that. So we need a if statement, and in this statement we yeah we ask if the inventory item type is a consumable. So if inventory dot items slot number dot item type is equals to item type of consumable, then we want to drink this. Oops, I'm sorry. And when we drink this, we want to we have to take one item value from it. So we have to inventory dot items slot number dot item value minus minus. Oops. So, and then we have to check if the inventory. No, let me show you firstly. Now it should work as well. When we click, the item is getting lower, and now the problem is at exactly 0 it has to be deleted. So we have to create another if statement here. If inventory.items slot number dot item value equals to 0, then we have to delete it. So we can do that by this inventory dot items slot number is equals to new item, and then it's an empty item, and we have to disable the item amount, otherwise we get we still have the item amount on it enabled as false. And yeah, firstly I'm gonna show you this firstly because we got another problem later then. So when we drink this now, it's gone. But the problem is the tooltip is still there, so we have to do another thing. We got our function inventory dot close tooltip, and the the tooltip getting closed. Now I'm doing the tooltip is getting closed, so that's exactly what we want. Yeah, this is the tutorial about, or this was the tutorial about the consumable stacking items. I forgot something. No, I forgot this. Now the problem is when you drag this, the item amount getting lower because we're dragging and clicking on it at the same time, and that's exactly the problem. When we would right click on it, it won't happen. But at the moment there's the bug with the Unity, and we have to deal with it. So we have to create another if statement in our dragging function. When we drag one time, we have to add another item value, so that we say inventory dot items slot number dot item type is equal to the consumable. We have to add another value, otherwise it won't work. Or it would work, but we would every time drink one consumable when we drag, and that's exactly what we not want. Inventory dot items dot items, well, I'm totally confused at the moment. Items slot number dot item value plus plus. So now you will also see that the number is jumping around. Firstly, is no, okay, no, yeah, you saw that this is jumping from two to 1, and now when we drop this here in, it will be 2 again. So yeah, that's the problem. Unity has this bug at the moment in the UI system, so we have to deal with it. So I'm gonna change that later, so that is working perfectly, and yeah, but at the moment it has to be. I hope you like my video about the consumables, and yeah, the next video will be about, I guess, splitting the items. And then I guess they're gonna create something like the optimization of this script. At the moment we're working too much with getting components, and yeah, just clean the script up a bit, and later then we're gonna create another panel which shows items in the environment. When you're near an item, you see that item in a created box, and can just double click on it or click on it so that it appears now in this slot or in the inventory and disappears from the ground and so on, and creating something like dropping the item from the inventory to the ground. I guess something like that will be created by me, and I hope you enjoyed my video. See you later.